Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville once again. Danny Savage, Draft Guru. Who else is popping out mock drafts for you at 2 a.m.? Coming from the city that never sleeps. And neither do I. I'm a night owl. Always been. Remember this, kids. Nothing good happens after 12 o'clock. Remember that. That's one to learn by. Listen, bro. We've been down this alley before. This is Dallas Cowboy mock draft 72.0. So I have to throw all different players in, but it's also a fun way that you get to learn about these players. And honestly, with the Joneses, the way they run Dallas, well, first of all, this is a draft. This channel is all 32 teams. I threw out a 2-round, 32 team mock draft yesterday or 2 days ago. Depends how you look at it. But the way the Joneses operate this team, they can go up, they can go back, they can trade back more than once. And I can see that. I can see them going up. As crazy as it sounds, I can see them going up for a QB, or I can see them trading back. As ironically as that sounds, I can see them trading back more than once even. And I believe in the Travis Frederick draft, we traded back twice. And we got him at like 30 or 32 or something like that. I don't know, bro. It's a horrible draft for talent. There's a guy, he does speeches legit for like hours. He never needs a glass of water. And I'm dumbfounded where, like, you talk a couple of minutes and you're like, yo, I need something to drink. This draft, we're going to start off in the trenches, go to some skill in the middle, and we're going to finish off with the trenches. At pick 12, listen, like I said, there's going to be 300 kids drafted around that. But we have to talk about different people. I'm not as high on this kid as everyone else is. And I seen this kid play. So I can see Dallas trading back a few times and still getting this kid. I view him as a late first rounder, in my opinion. That's just me. Tyler Booker, guard, Alabama, 6'6", 350. Do not get fooled by the highlight tapes, people. His run grades are awesome. He has sloppy feet when it comes to pass blocking. He lunges. He is a mountain of an individual. I actually watched him play his freshman year in New Jersey. He's from Connecticut, played in New Jersey his first year at Bergen Catholic. Then he transferred to IMG for his last 3 years. Then he went on to Alabama. Bro, the kid was that size. Legit, the kid was that size as a freshman. So that team they had that year, I don't think got scored on the entire year, bro. That's crazy, bro. Crazy. I'm not as high on him as everyone else, but he is a beast. Lately, Alabama linemen have been putting out duds. But last year, J.C. Latham seemed to have changed that a little bit when he went to the Titans. Because before that, the last good Alabama lineman was the Philadelphia Eagles' Landon Dickerson, who ironically has like no ligaments in his knee and has been playing guard the last few years in the NFL. Besides J.C. Latham, Landon Dickerson was the last Alabama offensive lineman that was not a bust. Do not ask me why. I don't know. Okay, pick 44. Gotta throw. We don't know what's going on at tackle. We don't, bro. There's so many question marks with Dallas. It's unreal. Through you, Cameron Williams, offensive tackle, Texas. 6'5", 330, 3-year starter. I said it back in May. Texas has the best offensive line in the NFL. And come draft day, it's going to show. But it also showed throughout the year. I don't think Banks is even going to fall to Dallas at 12. I don't see that. I truly don't. I don't. But this kid he's raw. He's a mauler. I view him only as a right side player. That is not a bad thing. 76. We're going Mason Taylor, tight end, LSU, 6'5", 250. His dad was Jason Taylor. He played for the Miami Dolphins. Jimmy Johnson drafted him. Mason Taylor, tight end, LSU, had about 400 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's gifted athletically. It's ironic he's in everyone's top 5 tight ends, but you can go back on my channel. And when I gave you him in June, he was in my top 5 tight ends when nobody else was talking about him. Oh, wait a second. I'm glad. Even on overnights, the best beard on YouTube. So I gave you, everyone's talking about him now, and I gave you him in June. And it's in my books, and it's on my channel. But what do I know? Now we have to wait because we traded our round 4 pick away. Seems like that's what we always do. All right. 150. DJ Gliddens, running back, Kansas State, 6'1", 210. So we're not going to have the Deuce Vaughn midget problems. Bro, he went for like 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns in 2024. In 2023, he went for, I think, 1,500 yards and 10 touchdowns. So the kid has 2 good years of production. And I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer. I don't. But also look what Deuce Vaughn did. Have we given Deuce Vaughn a chance? I'm not going to say we have. We've never seen him with the ones during a game. And I make fun of the midget. I do. I straight up do. But he was good in college. I don't know what happened to him in the NFL. We all knew he ain't going to block for Dak. We knew that. We knew that coming in. We also know he only got drafted because his father's a scout. But also, how I tell you guys, like, listen, Dallas has Dez. Had Dez. Dallas has Lamb. the Lions have Amon St. Brown. But for every Big 12 wide receiver that is a success, there's 1,000 busts. Me personally, I do not like Big 12 wide receivers. And you can do a little bit of that with the running backs because they don't play defense in that conference. The Big 12, they don't. And if you don't believe me, just check out the over unders on the betting and you see triple digit basketball scores. So don't take my word for it. Just check that out. But this kid got talent and he can fly. So you scout the player, not the helmet. Next is Brashil Tootin, running back, Virginia Tech, 5'11, 210. 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. You noticed how I waited to day 3? Bro, man, I truly don't want to see Austin Gentry in the first round. Running back by far is the deepest position in the draft. You can wait until day 3 and get 2 starters. It's ridiculous, man. Next kid, Jay Higgins, linebacker, Iowa, 6'2", 235. He had 124 tackles in 2024. The year before, he had, I think, 171. Dude is a tackling machine, legit tackling machine. He is. Iowa had a listen, bro. Iowa puts out offensive linemen, tight ends, linebackers, safeties, and this year they're even putting out a really, really good running back, Caleb Johnson. He's probably he. I don't see Caleb Johnson getting out of round 2, but through Jay Higgins, he's legit, bro. He is legit. Just put on a film, bro. He will stand out to you. He has lateral quickness from side to side. He's a beast. He plays much bigger than his size. Much bigger than his size. And you don't have to he's not a liability in pass coverage. But listen, man, we're also taking him in the 5th round. So, you know, don't expect him to be, an all pro right away. But let's be honest, Dallas has 0. We have 1 linebacker next year. We got Maris Liufau. Let's be honest. That's it. That's it. And all we saw were glimpses. So anyone who's played football knows it's real easy to like run into a game in the 4th quarter. I never had that problem because I was always out there. But it's real easy to run out there in the 4th quarter when everyone else is dog ass tired and throw out a couple of plays and you look good. But can you do that for 17 games or 4 quarters? Get back to me. Nazir Stackhouse, defensive tackle, Georgia, 6'3", 330. I've given you him before, but bro, the kid is just, and he proved himself last week, just a big ass run stuffer and that's what Dallas needs. And there's nothing wrong with just being, a big trash can full of dirt. And I don't use that in a derogatory way. I do not. I say that in a good way. Throwing at you again, the tackle. We have no defensive line, people. Have you noticed that? Yahi Black, Iowa, 6'5", 310. Ironically, I gave you him in the summertime. Watch his tape from last week. He made himself noticed, man. Nobody was pushing him back. 6'5", 310. And I'm telling you, he stayed low. low, and he was walking offensive lineman back. But ironically, I gave you him in the summertime. How ironic is that? I'm also at 695 players already. Other guys are not even at 90. Next kid is a kid. He had a lot of. Hold on a second. He had a lot of preseason hype. Sean Martin, defensive tackle out of West Virginia. I would actually fit in really good there at my beard. Yo, good evening, man. Late night. This is a late night mock draft, bro. That's why I'm here, man. Because I know I'm pretty sure you're in a different time zone, man. It's 3 a.m. for me. What time is it by you? What time? I'm pretty sure you're on the West Coast. I think. But yeah, but I have been throwing out some midnight mock drafts. It's 1 o'clock. Okay, so you're 2 hours. All right. Yeah. I'm in the mountains, bro. I'm gonna join you there someday, bro. I was a country boy born in the city, but deep down, like hunter, fisherman. That's me, man. I've been looking, man. I've been looking in a lot of different states. I'm just waiting for this. I'm just waiting for the next real estate crash because people have a short memory, man. 2008, when that market crashed, I'm waiting for the next one. I'd be hunting and fell if my knee had it failed. Yeah, man, I hear you, man. That happened with my dad, man. It was fucking sad, man. I lost my father this past summer, but he had problems when he got up in the 70s with his knees, and I like I'm from New Jersey, and ironically, we have the highest density of black bears in the United States. They're everywhere. There was a college kid in Passaic County, 10 minutes from here, was walking in the woods. You can Google this. Look up Rutgers college student gets eaten by bear. He's taking pictures of the bear with his phone. Bear was just hungry, attacked him, killed him, ate him. Uh, Between me and my dad, we got 7 bears to our credit. If you like pork, you'll like bear. Bear tastes just like pork. It just has to be cooked very well, or you can get trichinosis. But to be honest with you, I like bear meat better than deer meat. There's a joke with bear hunters, like legit bear hunters. The joke is they tell you, oh, the meat's horrible. That's just so you don't ask them for any. Yo, the biggest thing with a bear though is once you harvest it, you gotta get that coat. You gotta get his fur off of him within 6 hours, and you gotta get him in a refrigerator. If not, all that fat will cook him inside. And yet you have all these guys that they shoot a bear, they throw him in the back of their truck or on top of their truck, and then they drive around for 2 3 days trying to show him off, and then you wonder why the bear meat tastes like shit. But if you shoot a bear and you get him in a freezer with no coat on within 6 hours, come talk to me, man. That's the best. That's the best meat you're ever gonna eat. And if you like pork, it's very similar to pork. So, like I said, man, I legit was a country boy, born and bred in the city, but I'm definitely I'm on the computer every night. I'm uh, the only reason I was staying up here really was to take care of my dad, but he passed this past summer. And but the last few years, like my dad, I got him. He harvested a bear, and I worked my ass off, man. In 2014, he shot a bear. Oh, 2014, my mother died. So his wife died. And they were married for over 40 years. And I did, for that entire year, I didn't see my father smile until he shot that bear the last day of the season, the last hour of the season. I hear him shooting. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? He's like, I got a bear. He's down. I got pictures. He had a smile on his face. And that was the first time he smiled all year. And then I killed myself. And when I say killing myself, it's like in certain states, you're allowed to bait. The way you hunt bears, there's two ways to hunt bears. With hounds, which I'm really not a fan of, but they don't allow that here, but I'm not a fan of that anyway. But yo, you do you. You know, I mean, like, I'm not gonna look down on you. Or you just put food out. The bear come eat the food, boom, you shoot the bear. So, my dad was in the 70s. He can't, you know, lug 100 pounds of food up a mountain. And you got to do this consistently, like every 3 days, 4 days, you know. And I got my dad, he got his last bear 2017. I got him a bear. He shot a bear. And then that's it. He never hunted another day. He couldn't do it no more. And then he broke his hip, was in a walker. And then I lost him this past summer. And it just sucks, man. Sorry for venting, bro. I apologize. We were just talking about hunting. I'm a hunter fisherman. Uh, yeah, so the last kid, I apologize for getting off track. The last kid was defensive tackle Sean Martin, 6'5", 310, out of West Virginia. He came in highly, highly touted, but he did get nicked up early. Uh, and he slid day 3. Listen, man, this is not a good draft, people. I'm being honest with you, man. Thank you, thank you. And then I just I got a text earlier, man. One of my best friends, his father, pneumonia, COVID, heart attack, and he's in the hospital now, working on him. I don't even want to. I don't even want to ask him what's going on. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. It is what it is, man. But it sucks to get old. It's weird. It's just like, I guess, like when you're a kid, and trust me, I'm far from a kid. I'm in my 50s. I have 2 sons, but even as you age, it's like you don't see your parents aging, if that makes any sense. But they are, or it's just like you just don't admit it. Yo, my dad was the biggest high school fan, biggest football fan in the world, bro. My dad was bled blue and silver. My father was the biggest cowboy fan in the world, man. No joke, bro. When I would be on defense, I'd be I my father would be at a special. He would go to his special part of the stadium, and yo, bro, I'm like old, bro. There was like 3 moves. You had the club move, you had a bull rush. You know what I'm trying to say? You had a swim. You know what I'm trying to say? So now you don't want to. I would both ways, left tackle, D tackle. So now you don't want to show like you don't want to do the same move 2 times in a row. First time, I would bull rush you and give you everything I got on defense, but then I would have my three moves. So I would always look up in the stand at my dad while I'm playing and see him telling me what move to do, man. So he'll always be in my heart, and it's crazy. Uh, we were practicing for the state playoffs, and there was like some guy in the bushes. So the coaches went over there because they thought there was a spy from the other high school watching us practice. And it was my dad just watching us practice. Sorry for my little rant. But late night mock, because everybody works different hours. Listen, I worked third shift pretty much my entire career, and I'm a night person anyway. Threw out 5 more positions earlier from the HBCU. I threw out 3 running backs, 1 tight end, and a wide receiver because we got the HBCU Legacy Bowl coming up on February 22nd. So we're at 695 for the season. Tomorrow I'll be throwing out, it's just getting harder and harder and harder to find tape, especially for the HBCU. So instead of getting 10 a day out, I'm probably getting five players a day out. That's why today I did a video, but I needed a break, man. I'm like, you have all these names in your head. Actually, the fun part is going to start once I get these next 50 kids out, just breaking them down. Boom, 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 boom. But like I said, a lot of people do work third shift, man. It's like, and I was one of them. It's weird, man. I would work third shift, have 1 cup of coffee. If you put me on, like, we call third shift the midnight shift. Now, you put me on day shift, I would legit have to have like 5 cups of coffee. I'm just not a day person at all. My entire life, I was always just a night owl. It is what it is. So I thank everybody for jumping in the chat. If you guys want to keep it up, man, we'll make it a nightly series. Midnight, it goes, bro. Midnight mock drafts, man, with Danny Savage. But tonight I dropped Dallas Cowboy mock draft 72.0. Next week I will be dropping mock draft 7.0 for all 32 NFL teams. And next week is going to be a 3-rounder for all 32 teams. Because we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. Have a good night, everybody. Be safe.